Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. Welcome to another episode of the Council of Six, a weekly Dungeons & Dragons campaign fraught with all the drama and peril that will take your breath and steal your mind. My name is Jay Longaro, your DM for the night, and on this campaign we will be using Tyranny of Dragons, which tells an epic story across two adventures of which Hoard the Dragon Queen is the first. Unlike our other streams, we won't be commenting on your comments while we are in play as to remain immersed in the story, but please still engage and comment as we go along. During the breaks, we will go through the comments and interact with you all, because at the end of the day, we are presenting this for your enjoyment. But without any further ado, are you ready to leave all that's real behind? Because there's something breaking at the brick of every wall that's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you want to go to the Council of Six?
Oh, that went way faster than I thought it would.
It went the same speed it always does, but okay.
You were just caught up, Stevie. You were just caught up.
It's okay.
I was talking and not paying attention.
It's okay. We're talking about Mommy Stevie, and you got distracted again.
That literally happens every Souls of Magic's Dawn, by the way. It's like the show starts and everybody's still like discussing whatever we were discussing before.
I just hope that whatever made it on is PG and not as R as what the back scenes are.
Oh no, now it's like people purposely wait to say, and that's how the thing got stuck in my butt right when it goes live. You know, just like
That's the best way to start a stream.
Of course, obviously.
Like with a cucumber lime Gatorade, tonight's sponsor.
Oh my god, stop.
It's good stuff.
Stop.
I'll drink
Stop.
it. Up there with you.
Disgusting. All right, so we're back for another
stuff. I'll drink that. A lot of people think that.
Console 6. Hoard of Dragons. I guess we can kind of get a little recap. Last we left off, Mal finally finally was revealed his entire back history and his family, the Delfontaines, and what happened, how he got there, and how Dee was intimately involved with it. For he was the man that brought him to the orphanage. Because his parents, who were barren, hired Dee to basically help do a fertility spell to help them have a child. And the warlock, who was part of the household, interfered with that spell purposely because he did not want them procreating, because he figured he would get their fortune after they died. And because of that, it activated the gene in the baby to make him be born a tiefling. And they did not want this tiefling, and they gave it up. They were supposed to have him killed, but Dee saved him and brought him to the orphanage instead. And it ended with Mal pretty much inheriting Delfontaine fortune by telling this bitch of a mother, you can go fuck yourself and go die, and forging all the documents in his name. So everything is his once she dies. And you are also still waiting to see if the Dragon Cult have arrived in Baldur's Gate as of yet. That's the main overarching plot that we're waiting to see as it develops. And Dee slipped off after the events with a little bit of spice that he asked Mal to give him. The now young Dee, DMX, slipped off, and as he goes around the corner, you kind of hear a kerfuffle. And, I'm innocent, man! And that's all you hear. As he goes around the corner.
I just imagine at that
the
point
slow
we're just stuffing
rise
a
and
body.
the fast fall of DMX.
We just hear that as we're stuffing a body in a trash can.
We have a body to dispose of.
So yeah, that's where we left off. You guys had just walked out of the Delfontaine mansion, and you're in the middle of Baldur's Gate. I forgot the time we did this. I think you guys had just had a long rest beginning before you.
Yeah, this is still like
middle of the day or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Or early morning. Yeah, or I mean late morning, almost noonish or something like that. Because you guys had breakfast and you left out and went and did this.
Remind
So,
me, is today
that's
today the day of the caravan departure, or is that tomorrow?
Well, they're waiting on the Dragon Cult to arrive, but it's probably they said it's departing in a day or two.
When we before this whole shenanigans happened with the Delfontaines, Stevie and Thanik were going out to see, like,
Yes.
peer out into the distance and see if they could see the Dragon Cult approaching. But we got interrupted by Mama
By baby.
before we could before we
Mama,
could see
yeah,
him.
right, Mama. That was the dog's name.
Yep.
Yes, I am baby.
So I'm assuming we don't need to hang around these
You are not
parts for
baby.
too much longer. Is that correct?
What?
So I'm assuming we don't need to hang around these parts for too much longer. Is that correct? I don't know how much noise that caused, but we probably need to get outside the city once again.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we should head out and clear the premises.
Maybe these two can come with us and we can go check on the dragon cult. It seemed like that hill that we found was a fairly decent vantage point, but I don't think we were there long enough.
Yeah, Fleur, Mal, sweeties, let's go. Let's go get away from here and go check and see if the dragon cult is heading this way.
Yeah, I got no problem with that. Let's go.
Fleur, are you alive? You're still quite bloody there.
I'm alive. I have more than half my hit points.
Oh, you'll be fine. Fine, we can go sit on a hill. I got what I need.
I can't imagine we'll run into too much trouble along the way.
I can just sit on a hill and perhaps rest for a short period of time.
Unless they're upon us, we can spend 30 minutes to an hour on a hill.
I like that idea.
All right,
So
so,
then
you guys are all going?
Me and Stevie will take a good spot that we found.
Okay. So you guys all go up to the hill, and you spend a little time there. And
And if we're doing an actual short rest, I'll do my song of rest too, to give an additional.
I was determining how much time passed. Okay. So you sit up upon this hill. It seems like about 5 or 6 hours pass. So it's about late afternoon, and you do notice a procession starting to enter town, coming through the main gates from your vantage point. You see a couple, most of them carrying stuff on packs because they couldn't bring their rickety wagons that they had. A few wagons they had carrying it in, but there's quite a few of them. And you do start to notice some of the faces of the people look awfully similar to some of the cultists that you saw back at the camp and in Greenest. You do see a palanquin being carried. There's like 4 people on each side carrying this palanquin, and it's curtained as they're making their way through town. And it looks like they're going into the direction of the northern part of the city, Blackgate.
Oh, do you guys
Oh,
think
so they're
that
coming
might,
through the city then, okay.
you guys think that might be someone high up in the cult? Maybe someone that y'all are having nefarious plans for?
Yeah, I'm like, do I double recognize her? Am I like,
I mean, I just said there's a palanquin with curtains. I didn't say who's inside her.
Do I get the vibes?
I mean, if you'd like to check it out, you can do a perception check.
Yeah.
Do
I
I
will
feel it in my
perceive.
body?
Yeah, did the vibe of the airs change? Oh, I forgot I changed my dice. That's a 12.
Good enough. So there's a breeze, and you see the curtains kind of wafted, and you catch a hint of black scales kind of shining in the sunlight, and a snout.
That is... the vibes in the air did not change.
And if you
That is
have
not
the
what we're
journal,
for.
Sophie, so you would know who that is.
I
I
would?
gotta read that shit again. Yes.
Oh shit!
It is
Somebody
in the
else talk
journal.
while I look at my notes.
It is in the journal. I'm not gonna say names because it's a journal, and I want
That's
these two
a-
to know that nothing.
Was it a...
It starts with an R.
I don't fucking... I haven't
I'll-
been intelligent. Both
I'll-
in the game
I
and in
message-
real life. I don't remember shit.
I message you. I message you.
Are they at this point? Are they about halfway through the city? You'd say.
Yeah, they're making their way through. They came through the gates, and they're kind of making their way through and stuff like that. So you can.
Making their
It's
way
obvious
through.
where they're headed.
They're making their way through. Are they making their way downtown?
Making their way
They-
downtown.
Yep. So yeah, I gotcha. So at that point, as they start to get sort of midway point through the city, I think we need to head back towards Blackgate. But We better keep a low profile until they pass through. I know that we've
Yeah,
got.
we don't want them to see us. They know somewhat who we are.
Yeah, I would say that there's at least one or two of us that are fairly recognizable at this point, depending on who we run across. And I don't know about any of you, but that cage, the curtain cage, I don't know who's in that, but it feels of Faerun. And we definitely don't want to see her again, as she's seen all of our faces.
I can, I have a plan for her, but...
Do you have a plan for what I will do if I see her again?
I do.
Yeah.
sort of look down at Mal and I don't believe today is the day to find out what that plan is.
I also have the ability to do that. So that would be my plan. I did not think that far ahead.
So now you two, without discussing the plan, have now you now share the same plan?
Yes.
That's very annoying. Do you know that?
That's mildly concerning, I think.
They said like 10 words, and now they're on the same page. This is bullshit.
Yeah, I'm a little worried, but
when you two get to be my age, you'll understand it much better.
Oh, sir.
I think you guys are going to initially. I think the aftermath of everything, you guys will love what we've done.
Well,
or one of us will be dead. I'm not too sure yet.
I don't think today is to find out either way. What I do know is that we have to at least let this caravan pass so that we can be part of the wagon train behind it.
Yeah, and I would say the hill was overlooking. You saw them entering, so you would be behind them at this point. Is it safe to say you guys are like tracking them, following them through the city?
Oh, are we on the big ass hill?
Yeah.
Ah, I see. I thought we were just on bluffs on the north side of the city. So yeah, if we're definitely behind them, then we most certainly need to start making our way, but slowly. Let's keep to the outskirts. Make sure.
By the way, since we did a short rest, if anyone uses hit dice, they can add a d6.
Oh yeah,
I will happily add a d6.
Song of Rest, hard fuckery.
Do I just
on this computer and show off?
Do I just like roll a d6 and add it to my hit points?
Yeah. If you used hit dice.
Can I get a group perception check from everyone, please?
I'm great at those guys.
Mine's at triple advantage.
That's a dirty 20.
Ooh.
I got
that's a 21.
Wow, it's gonna be this again. That's gonna be 7.
Welcome back, Floor.
Back on your shit, I see. I had a 10.
I did not really minimize my wisdom.
I did min my wisdom.
I believe it.
Okay.
I did.
All right, so that's good. So you guys are watching the caravan. You're kind of keeping your distance. Near the back of it, you do notice there's the curtained and kind of very nice looking palanquin that they're carrying near the front. But near the back, you notice a floating cage that's kind of being brought along with them, and the bars are really tight together. And you see a small winged creature just flitting around inside his cage.
Is it a baby dragon?
You know what would be funny if we just didn't let that thing out? That'd be real funny.
Is it a baby dragon?
No, it looks really small. Dobby sized.
Oh god.
She would know what a baby dragon's size would be. Is it
It's
too small for them?
It's tiny, isn't it?
That's why. Did y'all not get my joke?
I did
y'all not get my joke?
I hear it now. I forgot what her name was.
What if we just walked the other way?
So, back to Greenest.
We are the heroes of Greenest, after all.
Right, let's just go where it's nice and quiet now, and we can be real here. Tight bars on. You said it is towards the back.
Yeah, towards the back. And the reason why they're tight bars is because the creature's inside small, so if the bars were wider, they'd be able to get through. But it is floating, so it looks like it might have some kind of, magic attunement or something.
Would Stevie recognize it as some sort of sentient creature? Because I know what it is, but Stevie does. I don't know if
Right. I mean, yeah, if you want to do a, Jesus, it wouldn't be nature because it's.
I mean, it could be another perception, like because Stevie notices it and now is trying to focus more in.
Yeah, I mean, I would say if you want to get closer, if you're looking to try to get closer.
My question is, how far away are we at this point?
How far away are we?
I would say, like I said, you guys were keeping your distance. You were kind of following them, so I would say you're probably a good 100 to 200 feet behind them, just kind of keeping pace with them.
If I can get within 120 feet, I want to try something. Trust me, it's not bad.
The one thing I will say is that I don't know if I saw too terribly many cages go by. So whatever might be in there, whatever sort of creature is in there, probably doesn't need to be. I don't know if we need to go risking our neck to save anything right now in the middle of God's be damned Baldur's Gate, but
I can do something quick to kind of figure out if it's a bad thing or if it needs help, maybe. All I need to do is get within 120 feet.
With the 21 on my perception check, do I know? Is there anybody towards the back that would be recognizable from the camp or when we were rooting around in that cave?
Near the back, I would say no, there wasn't. You kind of saw them scattered, but the people near the back, you didn't see. And there's no one really surrounding that cage. It's kind of floating in the back, and the closest people to it are in front of it, walking about 15, 20 feet in front of it.
I mean, here's one thing I know. I won't be useful sneaking in anywhere, but Mal, if there's some things that you believe that you can do if we get closer, I can stay off to the side, but close to you all in case something goes down.
Does the cage have a lock on it, or is it just all like? Is there an obvious door?
Again, it is floating. I would say yes, there is an obvious door, but you can't make out how it's closed or sealed.
Especially with a 7.
That is a look of death.
Not my first, it won't be my last.
Mal's gonna throw on a cloak because I'm out of first level spell slots, so I can't do disguise self anymore. So this is bad.
And yeah, I'm gonna just get off to the side of the street and stand probably like 50 feet away from these guys so that it doesn't look like I'm with them.
Yeah, so I'm cloaking up, and I'm trying to like social stealth, not like blend in a little bit, just to get within.
And remember, it is Baldur's Gate, so there are a lot of people walking back and forth. So it's not like an empty street with just them coming through.
So right before Mal leaves, I'm gonna turn into a spider and hop onto his shoulder.
Ooh, I like this. Spider fleur does whatever a spider fleur does. And
right, Mal,
once
so
I get
close enough to do whatever you want to do.
Yep, and I'm just gonna simply cast the cantrip message, and I'm aiming it at whatever's in this cage and be like, "Yo, what's up? Do you need help? Are you hurt? Are you bad?"
Okay, so like I said, I made a habit with certain things that are big plot stuff that I don't want to reveal of sending messages, but I don't mind meta knowing this because you guys are good at it, even if you know the characters don't. So I'm assuming he's sending it to the cage.
If
Tiny,
I point at the cage.
The cage you're in is surrounded by an anti-magic shield. So any magic coming at you or saying you will not know.
Nice.
So Mal, yeah, you send a message and you hear nothing.
Yep, nothing back. Okay. As we get closer, and I don't get anything back, I'm getting a message back at Thanik. Didn't respond. I don't know what it is. Which, if we're getting closer, can we attempt like an art perception check to try and make this out?
Stevie is also like going along with Mal and Floor.
I respond to your message with, can I think thoughts in my head and you hear them back?
Yeah.
If you're thinking it, I don't hear that.
Feet, if you guys get within 60 feet, you can do another perception check to make out what's the contents better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attempt.
Yeah, I'll do it again. I'm paying attention to this thing.
Oh boy. Oh, thank God.
Thank God, guys.
16? Fleur got a good.
Fucking yeah, just behind you with 19.
Maybe I just have bad eyes. I'm too far away. I can't see anything.
Yeah, pretty much. So, all right. So that's a new check. So Mal 9, Stevie 16, Fleur 20. Yeah. So everyone except Mal can make out that what they see is a fairy flying around inside her. She looks very
we
upset.
know what a fairy is?
Yes. I do like. These are creatures that are common to the world we're in, so you know of them. Yeah.
I can't make it out, guys. I think we should just leave it.
Spider is going.
So with my 16, does the fairy look like in distress?
Yeah, like I said, she does not look very happy at all.
Oh well, she doesn't look like she wants to be in there. We should try and help her out a little bit. I can
That's where
create
I go back into the group. That doesn't. I don't know about any of you, but I don't think I've seen too terribly many fairies in a dragon cult before. I don't know exactly how this one got captured, but
I think we should help her out. I can create a distraction if we get within 30 feet.
I mean, it is just simply floating. Is it bigger than me? Like, is it bigger dimension-wise than me, or is it pretty small?
I mean, it's a small one. I mean, it's not like a tiny box carrying a fairy. I would say it's 6 foot by 6 foot.
Oh, okay. So it is going to be wider than me. I mean, I don't know about any sort of magic that would be propelling it or holding it afloat. But if somebody can make some kind of distraction, I can attempt to walk off with it. It's probably not going to work because I'm loud. But
I think we should have one of the kids do the stealth thing.
that's probably safest, yes.
But I can create it. I
What are
can
you
create
trying
a
to tell me?
distraction. I can create a distraction real easy. I can make the ground tremble a little bit if we get a little closer. That's
This is not gonna end well.
thaumaturgy.
But
I have an idea. If you can give it a distraction, Fleur stays with me. She's a spider. I don't know what she's trying to say. She's just making things, and it's creepy because it's a big spider.
I mean, I can also walk forward and be obnoxious if it would need anything additional.
And then I do want to cast Enhance Ability on myself, giving myself advantage on Dexterity. This
So
is
if
my
we
last
get
second
close
level.
enough, if I get within 30 feet, I can do thaumaturgy and create harmless tremors in the ground to kind of distract the cult.
You could also make
And if anyone wants to get within 10 feet of it, you're going to need to do a stealth check.
I won't do that, but I will mention to Stevie the other thing that you could do is you could make me exceptionally loud, and look at me. I could literally go trip on something and I'll turn heads.
But do we really want you to be noticeable? Because I feel like they should know who you are, considering you killed one of their generals.
That's fair. I'll hide.
Speaking of which, looking at this cage, can I do an Arcana check to kind of deduce if I know if it's a trapped magic cage?
Yeah.
Because it's clearly You said it's floating, right? So I know it's magical.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Arcana. Good news, that's a 6. So looks good to me.
Looks fine. Looks cool.
So you try to look at it, but the thoughts of the Delfontaines and the money you're going to be getting, all this stuff, is just distracts you, and you're just trying to pay attention to it, but you're off in your own little world, and you do and you're like, yeah, I have no fucking clue. I don't know.
If this is what we're going to do, then we need to at least meet up in a spot that's agreed upon. I can cut into the alleys and go about 30,
we can go back.
ahead.
We can
Sir,
go
do
back
you
to
want
our
me to
lodging.
shove you in the cage?
Now, and by the
She's
way,
actually
if you guys
head-sided
are following it, that you guys have entered Blackgate at this point, so it's now they are in Blackgate, and they are heading towards the equipment broker that you guys spoke to previously.
If we're going to do this, we're going to have to do this quickly because we're running out of time.
Okay. Okay, flirt. 2 words. Clap.
Fly.
1 word. Okay. Okay, 2 words.
The-
First word.
The first word.
Open
Open.
cage. Open.
Is Fleur still a spider?
Yes.
Yes.
How
Yes.
the fuck are you guys seeing that?
She's on my shoulder.
What'd you say there, little buddy? There.
Oh, throw you. Stupid idea. I sneak up, put you in the cage, sneak away. Oh, you want to pick the lock as a spider again? Okay, we got a plan. She wants to try and pick the spot as lighter.
I am definitely going to hide. This is going to go poorly.
Yeah. Well, I'll
Stevie,
gonna
give distraction.
stop
We're going.
I'll get
I'll start
close
walking.
enough to create some tremors in the ground for you to create a bit of a distraction. Maybe help mask what you're trying to do.
I'm just gonna like work my way to the right and then just get into a couple of alleys. I don't want to be around like any of the shopkeepers that are starting to get busy with cult members, but just want to keep off to the side.
Okay, so the plan is Stevie's making a distraction with tremors using thaumaturgy. I've used enhanceability to give myself advantage on dexterity, and I'm going to try and sneak closer and shove a spider in the lock.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, go ahead and roll your stealth.
Oh, God.
The damage happens. You see them kind of distracted, and they're like, "What's going on?" No, they're all confused.
So does he get advantage on stealth?
It
Oh
changes the
my
DC. But that's even with that. If you change the DC enough, you made it through. You made it through, man.
Oh,
Even with
God.
that. The thaumaturgy lowered the DC like to a 5, so you're fine.
So it worked.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So
Now comes up, shoves the spider in the lock.
Okay, so you
Didn't
sneak
you
up.
also do enhanceability that give you advantage?
Yeah, I rolled with advantage and I got a 9.
So now I gotta ask a question. So is the spider like sitting on your hand as you're reaching it towards the lock?
Yeah, I'd say so. Probably the
Okay.
best bet.
So you stick your hand in towards the lock. As soon as you get within about a foot away from it, suddenly the spider turns into a full-grown Fleur.
Yeah, I knew that would happen. I knew that would happen.
Can I attempt a strength check to see if I can save this? I have a -1.
Sure, with disadvantage, because you did not expect this to happen.
-1.
Do I have?
-1.
Can I do anything to be like, whoa? Or no?
Hey,
Well,
guys,
you'll be
it
able
is
to-
One of the most.
Yeah, no. You have a full-grown
It's a 15.
half elf in your hand, and and you walk forward. Now you can do an athletics check if you want, Fleur, to see if you land on your legs and your feet.
Oh, I'll definitely try.
I think
Or
we're just
acrobatics,
doomed.
whichever.
Yeah, that's a natural.
Oh my
one.
god. Okay,
Oh, sweet
so you
heavens.
fall down.
I knew this wouldn't
You
go
literally
well.
hit the ground, and Mal is falling as it happens too. His leg comes up, and as you land on his feet, and he kicks you back up again. And your face lands on the cage. Your arms flow through the inside of the bars, and your face is like embedded in the bars like this.
Hello.
Tiny, you obviously see her now.
So shocked and scared, she just starts speaking Dracana because she doesn't know what you are, if you're friend or foe, and she's not sure.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
What?
Draconic.
Yeah, I
I
can't
speak
speak that
Draconic.
language.
You're not there.
I'm near enough.
If Stevie's if you're within 30 feet, Stevie, you can hear her.
Yeah, I had to have been for thaumaturgy.
Starts randomly speaking on and again, saying how she's sorry, she's being good, she didn't do anything, she's okay, she'll behave, and she just keeps randomly saying that she's sorry, she'll be good, she'll be good, she'll be good.
Can I stealth forward?
You can. While you're doing that, though, Dobby is like pulling on your tail, Stevie. And
What
he's
is
like,
it, sweet?
she's speaking Draconic, she's speaking Draconic, she's speaking
Yeah,
Draconic.
I know, sweetie. And so I'm gonna stealth. Should I stealth check?
I mean, they're still distracted with the thaumaturgy, so you can walk right up, but
Cool.
there was a lot of commotion that happened around the cage too. But yeah, you can go without stealth.
Right. So I'm going up. Sweetie,
Is
it's
there a
okay.
lock?
We're trying to help you out. We're not gonna hurt you. I promise.
Less talking, more picking. We don't have much time.
Yeah,
guys.
is there
We're
an
not getting
obvious
any
lock?
audio, babe.
Why are you not getting audio?
There,
Now
because
we
you're
are.
up too far away from the mic again.
Is there?
Tiny's so scared. Tiny just wants to get out. Tiny will be good. Tiny will be
It's
good.
okay. It's okay,
Is there-
Tiny.
is
We'll
there an
help you
obvious
get out.
lock
Is
on the
anyone good
door?
at picking these
I don't
picking
know.
locks?
He's gone.
Technical difficulties.
I'm gonna.
You can keep going. I'm just fixing the gate.
We're picking
Yeah.
the lock.
We're
I'm just
picking the
gonna
lock.
start trying to pick the. I'm assuming there's a lock, and I'm gonna try to pick it.
Tiny's
Mal is
just
backing away.
very, very confused, very scared, and she doesn't know what to do. But she sees the tiefling and starts switching to Inferno, saying the same thing to you. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I'd be good. I'd be good. I'd be good.
I
I'd
don't
be
know, like
good.
behind it.
Mal's taken back by
You'd be
hearing
good.
that as his face is in the dirt and he gets up and scrambles away.
Yeah.
Now,
Is there-
to Fleur's request about is there a lock? So, I said you noticed there is like a door, but you couldn't.
Yeah.
There's any lock mechanism. When you're looking at the cage, you're noticing that the base of the cage is like deep. Okay, so that as you're closer, you can kind of see and you guys went through, you kind of see the outline of the anti-magic shield, and it's covering the entire cage except that base. So the enchantment to make it float is on that base. That's how it's staying afloat. And the doorway is actually on the floor. So you see the door on the floor and it's
great, 'cause
locked.
that's where you and Mal kind of are after the whole.
No, I'm like.
And I'll say
I'm
it's
like
floating about 2.5-3 feet off the ground.
Well, I'm gonna fuck it. I'm just trying to get under it then. I'm already here.
It is still moving with them at a slow pace, but it is moving.
Can I
I'm a fast
can I
crawler.
try and acid splash the bottom of that?
Acid splash is for your character. That's a physical attack, or is that magic?
That is magic. It's a
is
dex
magic.
save if I'm going against
Yeah.
anyone.
Well, what I'm saying is that it's like the only way I could see it is that you would have to be under it and shoot your acid up, because
Right, and I can't do that because I am literally a centaur. And
Yeah,
can't
bending
go
down
under.
is hard for you.
because because you're not gonna be able to make it go under the cage and then have it go up.
Right.
And it's just like staying in the alleys, just like by the gods at the entire scene.
Whenever Mal gets up, he does sneak away to get back to Thanik because he is getting out of this situation.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna try to like get on my back, like I'm working under a car, and like as it's slowly moving, pushing my legs with it. I'm gonna try to do fucking something to this. I'm here.
It is, like I said, it's moving. It is moving, but it is moving slow. So it's not like it's like racing down the street. It's kind of just like meandering along behind everyone.
Is there a lock down there? Or
Yeah, if you're crawled under and you're crawling, you look up. There is a lock on the door underneath.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Do the
fucking
thing.
fuck with it.
Okay.
I'm gonna guidance myself. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm gonna do it.
Please don't let me run in and steal this box.
Okay, let's play the game called Will I Roll Over a 10?
You just hear Mal yell, "Fleur, don't fuck up!" Inspiration.
Oh, oh! I don't think this is the one time I don't think I'll need it.
Well, you got 10 minutes in case you fuck it up.
Fuck yeah! That's a total of 19.
Yeah. So you're under there and you're like scooting like this, and you're trying to pick the lock as you're scooting. There's bars there too. So I will say, as you're doing this, you realize you hook one foot into it and one hand into it, so you're like hanging. And then you start to pick the lock, and you hear the click. and the door opens. It unlocks, and it opens up though into the cage.
Oh, okay, that's good. I was like, is it about to hit me in the face?
Damn it! You're in.
I'm gonna push it open then. Let's go!
It's jailbreak
Alright,
time.
so she opens it, Tiny. So the bottom of the cage is open now.
Tiny is going to transfer into
Not inside there. Can't use any magic inside the cage.
No, because Pixie is a natural stage of mine. I can transfer into a Pixie.
Yeah, it's still a magical ability though. Even though it's a feature, it's not a spell, but it's magical.
Like my wild shape.
Right. That's why, because her wild shape is also an ability, but it's magically transforming.
I'm just gonna. Can I drop? Am I stuck in this bubble of anti-magic?
Oh no! The anti-magic is just preventing any magic from happening inside the cage. You can go through the door. The door is open. You can get out the door.
Okay. So I'm going to stop flying and drop out the door.
Okay. So you're free. You're out of the cage, and you kind of drop into Fleur's chest. She's
I'm gonna
under the
move
door.
first.
Again,
Try-
Mal's over by Thanik, and I'm
And-
like, he's like, that went to shit real
I'm
quick.
just
Okay.
gonna like not move.
The
and
cage
let the
goes
cage
on.
move away from me. Yeah.
And everyone sees a Fleur laying on the ground and a little pixie on her chest.
I did it.
Wait, as a Pixie, I'm only like 5 inches tall. Because as soon as I'm out of the
Well, you haven't
anti-field, I
turned-
changed into.
Oh, you turned into a pixie. Okay. So she turned.
As
she
soon
turned
as the
king size.
anti-magic, I turn into a Pixie, and I like hide into a pocket.
So Sophie, you just got
You
flicked. You just
Go
got
into my
flicked in the
pocket and
collarbone.
immediately find a little white mouse. That is in my pocket at all times.
Stevie goes up to Floor, bends down, and gives her a hand to help her up.
I'm just going to take a brief, now that Mal's come over here and been like, nope, that was terrible. Just seeing this ensue. Does anybody seem to be picking up on them around?
No. Like I said, the city's busy and the caravan's in front of you, and they haven't. And with the thaumaturgy and other stuff that's happened, they haven't noticed anything going on at the back, and it's continuing on. And they're just, you see them just to turn into Akin's equipage business into the yard.
And which one of us, or which pair of us was hired by Atkins?
We're not hired by
No,
Akin.
Akin was the
Atkins
contact.
was the one that was helping us, right?
Right.
So especially if they're getting
Tommen-
close to that.
Tommen is the one that hired all the guys, and Silva is the one that hired Fleur and Mickey or Stevie.
So as they turn that corner to head into Atkins, I'll come out of the alleyway and then just grab hold of I'll place my hand on Stevie's shoulder blade and then the back of Fleur's head out of sight. We don't want anyone coming out. We don't want to be here when they find out.
I think there's a fairy in my pocket.
We can discuss that in a minute. Also, that's a very strange statement. And just ushering people down the opposite street.
Yeah, we should get undercover.
You just
Alright,
hear
so like I said,
little wipers and cries coming from your pocket.
Oh god, please don't eat my mouse.
As they pull into Atkins, it is kind of a hub of commotion at this point. They're all kind of pulling in. You do see the palanquin open up, and once you're safely inside of Atkins' business, you see a black half-dragon emerge from the palanquin and walks forwards into the office to speak to Akin. There is a way around the back for you guys to get to the storage area where he was letting you sleep in, so you can go back around the other side that way.
We should probably stay out of there until they've left.
I know sneaking into any sort of storage area is not a job for me.
So who'd we find?
And Mal, you having also read the journal, seeing this figure come out, you probably can put one and one together.
That's what he looks like in person. Definitely a douchebag. I stand corrected. She's a douchebag.
That's what who looks like. And you know what? We'll talk about that later. What's going on?
I have
What did
ideas now that I
what did we
put that
retrieve out of
together.
this cage?
There's a
She's hiding. She's hiding
Hey.
behind the mouse.
Homie,
So-
you
so-
can. It's safe. You can.
Stevie
Is
kind
she
of
just gonna like open her pocket?
Stevie looks in, like keeping a little bit of a distance, feels like scared animal, right? I mean, that's how Stevie's thinking of this. And I'm, sweetie, it's okay. We're not going to hurt you.
What are you speaking?
Common. Since Tiny started speaking Draconic initially, she's going to continue in Draconic.
As soon as Stevie starts speaking, just what?
No, but by the way, Thanik, Dobby is next to you, and he's tapping your leg. He's like, sweet. Go ahead,
What?
Stevie. Go ahead,
Penny
Stevie.
is just huddled in a ball underneath the mouse, crying.
Oh, sweetie, what did they do to you?
Do well with emotions.
Dobby starts to translate everything that Stevie is saying and that Tiny is saying to Thanik.
My, you are useful.
Just crying, huddled in a ball, very terrified, shaking, hiding under the mouse.
Stevie will try to reach in and kind of like not grab her at all, but just like put her hand there, like, sweetie, it's okay. We won't hurt you, I promise.
She's like hugging the mouse for dear life.
The mouse
Like, this
is
her
making.
lifeline.
Do I need to get it out of there?
No, oh my God, don't hurt it.
No, let
By
her.
Not
the
in
way-
a mean way. It just if it's
No.
scared and it's gonna stay in there, then I may as well reach in there and get it.
No, we need to let her come out at her own
I
pace.
also
This is the most useless I've ever felt.
the mouse is making so many comforting noises. This is my emotional support animal, and it'll be yours too.
She is very thrilled, and she's just holding that mouse for dear life, crying into the mouse.
Mal, this doesn't seem like this is very much a situation for the two of us. Do you think you can get over there and see what's going on inside of Atkins?
Are we still within my hour of my dexterity stuff?
Oh, sure, God.
Oh yeah. It was only about from where you guys freed Tiny. It was only about 10 minutes as they went up to Atkins.
Do anti-magic fields stop spells, or just make them not work?
There's no anti-magic field anymore.
Well, the magic field was just on that cage.
Yeah, but he walked into one earlier with the.
Oh yeah, would that have killed my?
It's just going
Yeah.
through. You can't use your magic. But
Oh
magic
no!
will appear once you get away from
It doesn't dispel it. You just can't use
Okay.
magic inside there.
Cool, because
So like
Well, we'll just-
technically, when you got out of the thing, you could have technically turned back into a spider too.
No,
But-
I probably just would have left it.
anyway, so while they're going over and they're having their bonding moments of taking care of each other, Mal has no idea what to do with this, so he just kind of sneaks up to a door and he's just trying to eavesdrop.
Yep, I'm gonna follow Mal, and as we're heading into the street, just be like, sometimes boys need to be boys. And I'm gonna stay like a good 20 feet away from where he entered, just keeping an open ear, listening for
Sure.
Mal. I'll
so
also
yeah, there is
mention
a
to Mal
door-
before he goes in. Like, please scream if something happens.
There is a door that was adjacent to the shed you guys, the bias office, where you can kind of see and hear. If you do that, so give me a stealth check going up to that door there, Mel.
Yay, and advantage because my spell. Advantage, don't mess me up again.
Feet don't fail me now.
Okay, 22.
There it is.
All right, yeah, so you're good. You walk up the door quietly, and you see the black half dragon wearing robes of purple as one of the leaders of the cult, speaking to Akin. And I hate when I scroll up and miss that. There's... All right, so
And-
the black dragon speaking to Akin, And you hear her voice, and she's like, okay, so we will be joining the caravan. We'll need 5 wagons and supplies for all of my people. We had to sell our other wagons south of the city to enter Baldur's Gate. And we'll also need pack merchandise and supplies put onto the wagons, and I need them all covered in canvas and have everything lashed down. We will pay you immediately, not only for the work, but also for your discretion. Akin just kind of nods, and you see his eyes glance off to the side instinctively because he knows you guys have been back there just to make sure if anyone's still there, and he kind of sees you in the corner, and he looks back at the black dragon, half dragon. He's like, yes, of course, anything you ask, Resmir, we will definitely take care of this for you. The caravan does leave tomorrow morning with the rest of the merchants, so I will have this done for you before the morning. And she nods and walks back out and goes into the palanquin.
Something I would have been doing the entire time, because it's somatic and material. I'm going to be using minor illusion to create text boxes so Thanik can read it from a distance. Somatic and material, so it doesn't make a sound.
Nope.
Thank you. As you are you making your way back out to me? Or
By the way, it's in Comic Sans, so.
I hate you. Oh my god.
Did you come back out, or are you still in there?
Yeah, after she leaves, I would make my way back.
Thanks for the transcription. I don't remember if I've heard the name of this Resmir before. Is this another one up there in the realms of Frulum and Cyanrath? I can't say, I don't know. But clearly they're important.
Yeah, from what I've gathered, she's a higher up.
Higher up than Frulum.
Higher up than the dude you killed. Cyanrath.
Maybe I will leave Frulum to you and Flora then. That sounds very fun to me. You said the name was Resmir.
No, she's all mine.
Who, Resmir or Frulum?
Yeah. Resmir.
Resmir is yours.
Yes.
I want to kill her. You said her? I want to kill her like I killed Cyanrath. That sounds way more fun.
Trust me. I have a plan.
That's terrifying and makes me very untrustworthy. Most of your plans I don't like.
I can respect that.
We shall see. I just from seeing her enter Akin's place. It's not a fight I want to be picking anytime soon. I can tell you that.
Oh, definitely not. I am spent for the day.
She looks like a level 15. No, I'm kidding. Well, should we go back and check on the girls?
Sure, why not? Not much else going.
Do we need to go speak with Atkins? Is it not safe yet?
Let's wait for them to clear out, then we can go talk to Akin. Then we should probably check in with our caravans to see when we leave.
Oh, and like I said, when Mal, the only one that was in there speaking to Atkins was Resmir. So the office is empty except for Resmir.
Oh.
I mean, Akin. The office is empty except for Akin.
Okay. Right. Oh, okay.
Resmir spoke to Akin and then left.
Cool.
We can check in with Akin later then, and perhaps Tommen before the end of the evening, so we know what time we need to be where we need to be.
Exactly, because we've lost 2 of the people they hired for us.
That will require some explanation. You're correct. I hadn't considered that.
We'll claim their pay. It'll be great. You and me.
I don't think Tommen seems to be the kind of person who does not quite think that way, but you can see what you can do.
They'll be fine. Trust me.
All right, let's go check on the ladies.
Yeah, so before we go talk to Akin.
Has Stevie been successful in coaxing Tiny out of Flora's pocket?
Tiny is cemented to that mouse right now, and she's just petting and grooming and holding for dear life for that mouse. That mouse is her life at this moment.
It's okay, sweetie. You can stay in there as long as you need.
Is there any skill check they can do, Tiny, to try to convince you to come out, or persuasion, or? Didn't hear you.
So I'm gonna argue for
You could
nature.
try.
I'm gonna argue for nature because Stevie is treating Tiny like a cornered, scared animal at the moment.
Probably about right.
Right?
That'll allow it.
Terrified right now.
And it's gonna, sweetie, it's okay. I promise we're not gonna hurt you. We rescued you from them so that you could be free and enjoy your life.
Yeah. And if she's rolling against you, Tiny, you would roll a d20
23.
against hers opposition.
As a
Right,
23,
so I got a 5. So, what are you speaking in?
draconic.
So yeah, so you were able to get her out of horror of being stuck in there and looking at you, and she's listening. Still sad, she's still upset, but she's listening. She's looking at you now.
I promise we have been trying to deal with those evil people that captured you for a long while. We are trying to fix the wrongs they've done in this world, and we will not let any harm come to you while you stay with us.
Tiny, no hurt?
Tiny, no hurt.
I know, like it hurt. There.
I know, it's not fun, is it?
And she's gonna keep talking in Dracana as well. She's gonna keep talking in Dracana.
Yeah, I
She's
know.
just-
They're mean. They're very mean, and they don't care if they hurt anybody, but we do, and we will not hurt you.
Can I stay with Mouse? Tiny likes Mouse. Mouse
Well,
seems
I
good.
think that's up to Fleur, but the mouse seems to like you, so I don't think that should be a problem.
At this point, has
Just-
Danik and Mal
just
walked
a little
walked
longer.
up yet?
Just
That's
a little longer.
fine.
Just want to play with Mouse for a little longer. I miss
Whatever.
Mouse.
Whatever you need to feel comfortable, sweetie.
Tiny's going back to petting the mouse. She's very, very, very happy and content with the mouse. You start hearing little mouse noises coming out of the bag because she's caught using one of her stuff to make mice noise. She thinks she's talking to the mouse.
Are Mal and me back yet?
Yeah.
Has it come out?
Well, yeah, but it's a she. Thank you very much.
I've not even seen it. I don't know.
She's right there. Don't talk about her like she's not here.
I think I just heard out of game that she's back in her pocket. So I don't know if I did see it.
I'm 5 inches tall right now, petting a mouse in her pocket.
I definitely
no,
don't have X-ray vision.
Stevie would have had her on Tiny and Mouse are on Stevie's palm.
We had. Oh no! Oh god.
Dobby, remember, Dobby is giving you the rundown of everything that's happened to
So that if that's the case, then I'll just walk up. You are safe with us. We get into a lot of trouble, but I don't know. We'll try. I'm not used to caring for things. This is weird.
Don't mind him, sweetie. He's not used to people.
I'm very used to people. I'm just used to protecting.
That
them
was in
professionally.
Draconic. That was in Draconic.
Bobby's translating, baby.
Dobby's translating.
Oh, is Dobby translating for the others too for me?
Anything you're saying in Draconic.
Also, by the way, does
in
everybody
Draconic,
know
'cause
that they
Dobby speaks
invented
Draconic.
a language?
But
Does
is
everybody know they invented a
Dobby
language that
translating
everyone
back to me in
understands?
Draconic as well.
No. Stevie.
No, you
speaks
two are
Draconic.
speaking in Draconic. Dobby is translating your Draconic
Right.
to me.
Okay. Yeah. So anything that he says, she just looks and smiles and doesn't answer back.
I don't even think I've started talking to you yet. That X just trying to figure out what's going on.
He's just talking
Does
to
everybody,
everyone,
does
to
anybody
everyone
know
else
that
about it.
there's a language that's been invented that everyone understands?
Sweetie, do you
Common.
speak common?
She looks at you and she starts talking in Draconic again. She goes, Tiny's been hearing. Tiny knows.
I believe you, sweetie. But
Tiny hears and
friend-
Tiny knows.
my friends don't understand Draconic. So it'd be really nice if you could speak common a little bit, if you could.
Dobby understands!
Jesus Christ.
Yes, I know Dobby. I know Dobby, but she's very scared. So maybe let's quiet down a little bit.
She sees
Mal's gonna
Dobby.
press
She's kind of skittish about Dobby. So she clings more to the mouse again and kind of quiets down. When she sees Dobby, she's skeptical of Dobby.
Him? No, he's fine. He's fine. We beat him into being our friend, and now he's nice and loud. With emphasis on being nice. He's not. Don't you worry.
Stevie translates into Draconic. They saved him from certain death, and now
you just see Thanek, knowing that you don't understand, but you just see Thanek like picking up, holding Dobby's hair, and just like pretending to beat the shit out of him.
So Dobby wild shapes into a mouse, climbs up Fleur's leg, and hops into the pocket with the other mouse and Tiny.
No, they're on Stevie's hand.
Oh, Stevie's hand. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought they went to the pocket. Okay,
Nope.
well, it climbs up Stevie.
They're on Stevie's hand.
Climbs Mount Stevie. He's winded.
Is that like
by the time he
Mount
gets to the
Dope?
top.
Wait, Dobby did?
Yes,
Dobby,
as a mouse.
You know, I was only kidding. I was just explaining to her. You're fine.
So he's a mouse, and he's up there next to the other mouse.
Oh, because he's
Chirping
a
at
fucking
Tiny.
druid.
Druid.
We've made this fucking kobold a fucking druid. That's right.
Seeing all this stuff going on in Draconic, Mal heard her speak in Infernal at one point, which Mal speaks. So Mal in Infernal's gonna be like, you know Infernal, that's an unusual language. This is an Infernal.
Okay. So if she starts hearing you talk, she's gonna switch to Infernal as well, and she's gonna start talking to you, in particular, saying that Tiny knows, Tiny hears, Tiny knows, Tiny have friends, Tiny's friends teach Tiny.
Interesting. Just a peculiar language. Plus, these guys don't know any of what we're saying right now, so that's fun.
Tiny knows, Tiny's smart, Tiny hears, Tiny learns.
I like it. We don't tell them what we said. She doesn't know anything about what's going on right now.
Sweetie, in Draconic. Sweetie, I know that must have been very frightening, being captured, and I'm sure they hurt you. But do you know why they captured you and started hurting you?
Why you speak like that guy?
Well, because that's what you spoke to me first. I just assumed that was one of the languages you knew, and then Stevie switched into Common, and I'll speak whichever language you want if I know it. I promise.
And now I've lost my fucking translator. I have no idea.
I also know cool languages, and I'm just gonna start like saying a monologue in Celestial.
I'll just take 3 steps away. I'll rejoin. In a
No, I
moment.
started in Common. You know Common.
We talk TV. You talk TV.
Everybody's talking.
Okay, Tiny's gonna go back to speaking Draconic again, saying, I learn, I hear. Mean guys, bad guys, they speak. Yes? They speak.
Yeah.
Yes.
They do, because they like dragons in a very evil way. And I like dragons because I like to help them. And that's why I know this language. But they only want to hurt things. But I want to help things.
No bad guy?
No bad guy.
Tiny's not sure. Tiny been hurt a lot.
How can I prove to you that I'm not going to hurt you?
Tiny stay with Mouse.
You can stay with Mouse. Flora, is that okay, sweetie? In Common.
As long as you don't eat it. I've never met a fairy. I don't know what you guys eat.
Fleur just wants to make sure you're not going to hurt her friend Mouse.
Tiny no hurt. Tiny no hurt. Tiny love. And she goes back
Fleur.
to cuddling with the mouse.
Fleur, sweetie, she just...
Okay, I've like zoned out for an unknown amount of period of time. Just, you know.
By the way, Fleur, you do notice now that there's two mice. There's your mouse and a very scraggly looking mouse with bright red eyes.
Dobby.
God, what?
It's
Where did
Dobby.
the second one come from?
Dobby turned into a mouse.
He wild shaped into a mouse and climbed up there.
Ah, there's another one. I guess I got two mics now. I won't question it. I was disassociated for an unaware amount of time. What is your name? And also, can you speak common, fairy, or do I have to?
Fleur, Tiny. Her name is Tiny. Her name is Tiny.
Why do I picture Fleur's face like right in front of the hand? Like,
Yeah.
looking at her?
So Tiny and the mouse that I forget his name is on my palm.
Apples.
As is Dobby Mouse.
Tiny is just cuddling with the mice, just petting them and just relaxing.
So
now.
Fleur, sweetie, this is Tiny. She's been very hurt by the dragon cult.
Hello.
She's not gonna. She says she
Me
just
too.
wants to hug. She says she just wants to hug your mouse. She's very scared and wants the.
That's chill. You know, honestly, apples could use more friends. Go for it.
So Tiny, the mouse's name
can
is
you-
Apples. What?
I'm gonna look directly at Tiny and go, do I have to speak a weird language with you, or do you know common? In common, I'm saying this.
Tiny looks at you. She just nods. She doesn't answer.
You know common? Cool. Do you only speak weird languages? Do you know this one? And she's gonna talk in Elvish. Can you know? Okay. Do you know this one? And she's gonna talk in Celestial. Okay. Well, fine. That's all I got. Oh no! I got one more. Do you know this one? And she's gonna speak Druidic. You know this one? Okay, no, okay, that's okay.
Fleur's like, I finally get to use languages.
Fleur, just come stand by me. I don't think we're going to be much help at this point.
I'm gonna make Dobby teach me
Okay,
Draconic.
okay.
That's all I'm doing.
Why do I know 6 languages?
Backgrounds. Backgrounds.
I know
and
more.
So Stevie talking to Tiny and says, "It's okay. The mouse's name is Apples, and he's happy to hug you as long as you want." Is
Just
it
a
okay
little
if I,
longer. Just a little longer.
is
Tiny,
it
just
okay
a
if I
little
put you
longer.
back in Fleur's pocket so that you can be safe there? All right. So Stevie
It's
will
real nice. There's a lot of land.
Stevie will put the Tiny, the Apples, and the Dobby Mouse back in Fleur's pocket.
Is Dobby trying to talk to Tiny?
He can't. When you're in animal form, you can only speak like that. Reason why Fleur was sign languaging as a spider. All Dobby can do is squeak squeak like a mouse, but it sounds like squeak squeak, squeak squeak.
I am not surprised. Al has
Tiny
left
is
at this
going
point to go talk to Acton.
use Druidcraft and have kind of like bird sounds coming out of the pocket.
You know Druidcraft, but you don't know Druidic, you fuck!
I know
You're gonna hear,
Druidcraft.
They're gonna have sounds
Like
of
Snow
birds
White.
coming out
Fleur
of the
feels like
pocket.
Snow White right now, basically. There's like these bird sounds all around her.
Well, it seems this has come to an end, at least for now. Do we need to... I mean, there's cult there's cult members everywhere. Do we need to check in with anybody before we
Well,
try and tuck into the night?
we should probably check in with Atkins, and then we've already secured our employment with the caravan, so we should just head back to where we're staying.
Well, where you're at right now is where you're staying. It's the shed behind Atkins' place that he let you sleep in.
Right. I mean, we should like go in.
We are inside.
You were inside.
Were we?
Yeah,
Oh.
because I said you was way bound back, and you guys said you made your way back there, and that's from that room is
Right.
where Mal was listening to the exchange in the office.
I'm using Comic Sans bubbles to interpret it.
I mean, if there's any way to go and have a quick conversation with Akin before we waste the rest of our day waiting for tomorrow, then we ought to take the time to do so.
Yeah, before we go to sleep tonight, we need to talk to Akin, Tommen, and Silva, just to get timelines figured
Sylvia.
out. I don't know. I didn't meet her.
Silva. I thought it was Sylvia. Mal wrote it down. Silva.
Yeah, definitely wrote down Silva. This is
I'm
Mal's
sure.
I mean, Bryce wrote down Silva.
It's also Mal's memory, so that's what he heard.
Yeah.
That's what I done here. To tell you what, I can't do much wandering around. So Mal, if you want to go and talk to Tommen, I can check in with Akin, and one of you girls can go check in with Silva. Or you both can, or the three of you can, since the fairy's apparently a girl.
Not it.
Nose goes. No, it defaults to Stevie.
What?
I don't think
both
we're
of you.
making the fairy do it. You have to do it, Stevie.
What am I doing?
Going and checking with Silva, just to make sure that we know what time our departure is tomorrow.
We already knew that. It's at like dawn.
She hasn't given us the time yet.
Fine.
Right.
I'll
You heard
check with
that the
her.
caravan is leaving at dawn. You don't know what time Silva needs you to be there.
Fine. I'll go check with Silva.
Yeah, Mal's going to check with Tommen.
And
Because he is the
I'll go
sergeant,
check on
after all.
Akin.
All right.
What?
So we'll start out with the Atkins. So you guys, Thanik said you were going to talk to Atkins. You say you're talking to Atkins?
Yeah, I'll go talk to Akin since we're there.
Yeah. So like I said, the office is right kitty corner from the door. You guys could hear where he's at. So you look out there. The only one in there is Akin at the moment. So you walk in, and he sees you. And he's like, "Oh, apparently I saw your friend. So you heard. You saw Resmir."
I did not. I believe I saw her getting out of her curtained cage, but that's the only glimpse of her that I've caught. Have you dealt with her in the past?
Unfortunately, yes. As nature of my business, I have to deal with a lot of unsavory people. Business is business after all. And so the cult is now here, and they have purchased some supplies and wagons. And as far as I know, they are making their way north. I don't know how far north they are going. Perhaps Waterdeep or further. I know the caravan is for the caravan's initial destination is Waterdeep. So that is definitely the direction that the cult is going in. As what I can tell right now, they seem pretty comfortable. They are asking for discretion, but they will be leaving in the morning, shortly after sunrise.
I don't know how much discretion a caravan like that's going to get around here, but are we still safe in this area behind your building? Are there going to be cult members in and out?
Back here, no. No one will be coming back here. I can guarantee you that. But I would avoid the courtyard of my business because the camp, most of the cult has seemed to decide to make its camp in my courtyard.
Understood. Is there anything else that we need to know?
Well, yes. The caravan will be leaving to the northwest exit here from Blackgate. That's at the very top corner of the map up there, guys. That's where they'll be leaving Baldur's Gate. So, and by the way, his place is like right around the E of where it says Blackgate. So they'll be leaving out this way. And I believe you guys are with Silva and Tommen, and they are just north of my place, just right here. You'd be able to make your way with your employers through some of the other streets and come up behind them. Now that, of course, will be up to Silva and Tommen if they're going to be behind or after the cult in the caravan.
Well, I've already dispatched 2 of our group to go and speak to Tommen and Silva, so hopefully those conversations go well. We most certainly don't need to be anywhere near the front. That's for certain. Especially if you've dealt with Resmia before. Is there anything else that we need to know? She doesn't seem like one to mess with at the current time, but is there anything else that we need to know about her or the business that she conducts, or anything that might be useful before we make our journey tomorrow?
I don't know much of the politicking involved in the Dragon Cult. However, I will say I do know that she is very high up. She's not the leader of the entire cult, but she is one of the top generals, I guess is the best word I can think of the factions of the cult.
So it would be good if one day she were to disappear.
Yes, I would say so.
I'll make that a personal goal of mine. Thank you for your time. I won't be doing too much wandering. Unfortunately, I think most of these cult members, they haven't seen me before. They've at least heard tell of my doings.
All right, so do you have anything else you want to ask of Akin, or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right, so Stevie, you're going to go talk to Silva. So Silva, I believe, was doing textiles. So you arrive to her warehouse. You see a lot of everything's stacked up. Everything seems to be mostly packed. There's just a few last minute things they're doing. She has a clipboard, and she sees you walk up. She's like, I'm glad you got here early.
Well, yeah, I just want to make sure that we're on the same page as to what time we're leaving tomorrow so I can be there beforehand.
Certainly. I do not trust any of my expensive textiles to be anywhere near the back or middle of the caravan, so I will be heading out quite early, before dawn, before the sun comes up. I would say maybe around 4 a.m. to position ourselves at the front of the caravan.
That makes sense, and I'll make sure that me and Flora are there with you.
Be here at 4 a.m. We'll be ready to go.
I will make sure we are there. And then Stevie heads out.
Mal, you were going to talk to Tommen, Mal?
Yep, Mal's going to Tommen.
All right, so you go to Tommen. I forgot what he was something. Leather or something like that.
He's selling spice.
Spice. There you go. So you go to Tommen's place. He's all relaxed and ready. Everything is completely ready to go. All his wagons are packed up and lashed down. He's like, "Ha! My guards. Where's my bodyguard? Where's the big guy?"
Big guy's hanging out, getting his own stuff ready. Hey, came to discuss a couple things with you.
Sure.
First off, what time are we leaving in the morning?
I like to be near the back of the caravan. I don't want to be up for everybody. I kind of like my space, so we'll be heading out there shortly after dawn when they're getting ready to go and just coming at the tail end of it. So
Gotcha. So
6 a.m.
6 a.m. Okay, good to know. Also, you know how you originally hired 4 of us?
Yeah.
So 2 of them, we were exploring Baldur's Gate. Horrible things happened to them. They got nabbed by the police.
Oh.
No worries. We still got big guy. We still got the muscle. And you still got me.
It's okay. You see him pull out a little notebook and start flipping through. It's okay. I got someone. She'll do okay. I got someone to take care of at least one of the positions guard. No worries.
Yeah, I figured I'd come let you know right away because I didn't know what he was
Thank
doing.
you.
Spice.
I know, unbelievable. The degeneracy that's been happening nowadays. It's ridiculous.
What kind of man would do such a thing to his body?
I prefer the good old pipe weed myself. Makes you relax. Doesn't hurt nobody. Doesn't destroy lives. Just makes you happy, horny, and hungry. And you're all good to go.
You know what? You need to talk after this turn is over. But nothing on the trip, of course. We already had the discussion. So we're leaving at 6. It'll just be me and Big Boy Thanik.
Thank you. All right. Well, I'll expect you guys. I do have this other person I can contact, so I should be okay. Thankfully.
Perfect. See you at 7.
All right. 6. 6.
6? Okay, 6. Mal gets what he needs.
All right. Okay, so you guys all make your way back. So you're all back at the shed behind Atkins' place. It's starting to get to evening, late evening now. Sun's not down, but it's getting close to going down.
4 a.m.
I know, Fleur. It's a little early, but we need to be up and with the caravan.
Can we discuss how the one who would always be up at 4 a.m., Vanek, got the 6 p.m. shift?
Stevie is also.
I'm an.
I mean, if you guys would prefer me to be around to wake somebody up around that time, I will certainly.
Yeah,
do so.
Danik, could you please wake me up about 3:30 so that I can.
Put his glasses
can
down
be
here,
there.
holding a cup of coffee.
I'm not
This is the
really
only
a
reason
mor-
I'm even awake at 8 p.m.
I'm not really a morning
The
person,
newspaper.
Danik. Could you wake me up on time?
I'm sure I can manage it. I'll begin at 3:30 so that you guys are actually up around 4.
So
well, we
one
need to
thing,
meet them about 4, so
Then I'll start at
Yeah.
3:15 so you actually get up around 3:45.
thank you. I appreciate it.
I know how long it takes you to wake up. We've been traveling together for a while.
I simply just won't. I hate this. I
It's
hate
okay.
this.
It's a sweetie.
If
you
I'm
can-
dead, it's your fault.
sweetie.
Now here's my only question: is there anybody who's afraid of their position at the moment? Is there anybody going to be too close to the front?
I can't.
Oh, we're
hear
like
you,
in the
though.
front, aren't we?
You said you couldn't hear me. I'm sorry.
Not very well. No.
I said, is there anybody who's positioned towards the front? I had to step out for just a second.
Well, yeah, we're going to be towards the front. Y'all will be towards the back. But I have that horn that Mal gave me, and if we need help, I'll let you know.
DM, can I quick math how far away they're going to be from us?
In the caravan?
Quick man.
Yeah, in the caravan.
Yeah, I would say you
understand
guys don't know how many
distance.
merchants are in there, so you wouldn't know
Well, but
yet.
so he knows that we're going to be leaving at 4 a.m. and they're going to be leaving at like 6 a.m.
Well, that's
Oh,
more of a
fuck, that'd be
line
like-
thing. Like Silva is one of those people that once she gets to the place 2 hours before it opens, so she's got her good place in line. That's why she wants to get in the
Right.
front.
Oh, so they'll be lining up, but they won't necessarily be leaving at 4 a.m.
So
Oh,
I'm gonna do-
She's getting early.
So let's say
So
a
They'll
they
few
be
will-
hours
they'll
ahead
be
of us,
leaving
but, I mean,
around.
have
He
fun,
says shortly
sisters.
after sunrise. So they'll be.
So they
the caravan
will be-
departing around 6:37. So Silva wants to get there early to be front in line. Tommen doesn't care at 6 o'clock because he'll be at the back of the caravan, so he's fine.
So they will definitely be within 600 feet of each other, correct?
I had to roll the dice to see how many merchants are going to be in the caravan.
We can also.
I
we can also have-
I don't even know yet.
I can't do too much, but since we are gathering later, Mal, when I may have to send you out about 15 minutes early just to walk from front to back and kind of pace things out a little here.
Fleur, sweetie, what do you have to say?
Even if the horns are not loud enough and we're too far away, I can literally be like almost a literal flare that you can just see from far away.
That's true, but if we run into any problems, flaring yourself up will allow myself and Mal to rush to your aid, but there will be an entire cult that we'll have to fight.
And the horn won't.
The horn is a special horn that only the people who are chosen by the user can hear. So it's completely silent to everyone else around them.
Yeah, but emergency's emergency.
It would be nice to have backup that they don't know is coming. But so sweetie, I know 4 a.m.'s real early, but I'll do the walk and you can just hop up on my back, and you can sleep. It's okay.
I can help strap her to you. I'll be around.
I get to sleep until 6. I don't care.
If we need to like belt her.
I'm gonna keep Mal awake all fucking night. Every time I think he's asleep,
Don't you mess up my assistance. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure I'd be just fine by myself, but everybody tonight needs to get a good
no.
night's
Every
rest.
time
We
I
have
think
no
Mal's
idea
going
what's
asleep, I'm gonna elbow him every single time.
Sweetie, no, we all need our sleep.
If you do
Your
that,
breath
neither of us
too.
get a long rest, and we both lose spell
Do not
slots here.
make me sleep in between the two of you.
If I'm gonna be petty, I'm gonna be petty all the way.
You can be petty.
No,
I'm a very
please,
heavy, I'm a
please.
very heavy sleeper. You won't keep me awake. This coffee only lasts so long.
Sweetie, it's okay. You come over here. Mal goes over there, and we'll be okay. You get some sleep. We all need our rest.
And we go to bed.
The second Mickey goes to sleep.
Mal's actually gonna try and stealth away to hide from her while he sleeps.
There you go, just pulling hay up above your face, like maybe if I'm very still.
I'll try to.
This is actually a good spot to take our pee break. Then you guys can come back and decide what you can do before.
I jumped the gun. That's what I just did. I just peed.
Yeah, you did.
Good job. Do you want a gold star?
Pee break time. We will be back shortly.
older woman. Like she looks
She's
like an
Tinkerbell,
adult
we
woman,
get it.
but she's
Yeah, she's big Tinkerbell that can transition to small Tinkerbell.
Yes.
correct.
Got it.
Correct. But yeah, she's like 2.5 feet tall. And she weighs about like 35 pounds.
Got it.
Hence the name.
So I
Tanner.
can pretty much ride
Alright.
on your back.
Oh,
Or your
we're back on.
shoulder.
Oh, Jesus.
We're back on.
Hello, everyone.
So it's evening, and you guys are wrapping up whatever you're doing for the day.
Mal's asleep right
I
now.
know Fleur was not happy about having to get up at 4 a.m. or actually be there at 4 a.m.
Yeah,
If
especially.
anything, I'm actively poking Mal, going,
Hey, I
have
rolled
to wake
stealth.
up right now, so do you.
Yeah,
You
and
don't have
it
to
sounds
wake
like
up
you're
right
poking
now,
a minor
we can
illusion.
Wake up at 4 a.m. We can wake him up at 4 a.m. with us.
And it sounds like we went to bed fairly early, so I can imagine Tanak would be up. early
Yeah.
enough.
Speaking of which, if you guys got to be there at 4 a.m. and you're waking up at 3, like I said, right now it's getting to evening. It's like 6 o'clock. But basically, to get an actual long rest, the 8 hours, Stevie and Fleur have to go to bed by like 7.
Yeah, 7 or 8. Which at this stage, like, Tanak's cool with that. Tanak's fine. I'll tuck her in too. Mal's gonna stay up and play video games when no one's listening.
I'm gonna
What are these video
actively
games?
piss on Mal.
Just fucking stand over him and squat.
You gotta find me
Oh,
first.
God,
I
that's
rolled a
fucking
19 for
funny.
stealth.
And then I'll fucking roll fucking perception with guidance, you whore.
I'm
Wow.
pissing on you whether you want it or not, buddy.
Fuck
Fuck,
you.
don't even
I'm
need
using my guidance
Don't
with
even need
that.
guidance. Here's your wet hay, you fuckface.
22.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
The dice want it to happen.
I'm cramping and angry.
Are we going to make it canon? Does Mal get pissed on?
No, but I will just not let him sleep.
You know, if you don't go to sleep, I don't go to sleep.
Yep.
Points
How
of
about this?
exhaustion,
I'll wake up
whatever
at 4
happens
with
tomorrow.
you.
Sweetie, we can wake him up by smacking him when we wake up, and it'll be okay.
Or by peeing on him.
The fact you keep circling back to the peeing is concerning me here, Dylan.
Just a little
Hey
bit.
man, I like what I like. Oh, I'm kidding.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out.
Anyway, fade to black. We wake up.
All right, so take a long rest. So it's early morning for Fleur and Stevie.
And Mal.
Danik, I'm assuming,
And Danik.
and Mal.
Mal's
And
forced
Mal.
to be awake. Mal's forced to be awake.
So everyone basically. I mean, Tiny can still be snoring away in a pocket if that's where she's staying.
Oh yeah, you can go for it.
So, Stevie says. Stevie
So you guys can hit long rest,
Fleur
obviously, and
says,
everything if you need to.
Well, we've sorry. It's late
Method.
where I am. Stevie turns to Flora and says, "Well, we should probably get going. You can hop on if you want, and I'll do the walking."
I mean, she did sleep for 7 or 8 hours.
If-
She should be fine.
No, but it's still 4 a.m. I don't give a shit. Have you ever?
Yeah. Just hop on, sweetie.
She
and,
will
and
half-heartedly get on Stevie's back and be like, if this wasn't a fucking job, I'd fucking give this Silva bitch so many words off of my mind.
I know. It's
Fucking
really
4
early.
a.m.
I know.
4
I know.
a.m.
And Stevie trots off with, kind of like really slowly, like more slowly than usual, goes off to where we're supposed to be to meet Silva.
When they're
And
about
before
100
you
feet out.
leave, just before you go, I'll say, remember, anything seems wrong, even if it turns into nothing. You blow that horn. All right.
I will make sure to do that.
All right.
And when they're about 100 feet out, I cast message at Fleur. I'm going back to sleep now.
fucking hate you, and I will literally take you out of this plan and do it by myself and make you watch, you whore.
I think 25 words was at you, so he didn't catch Hoard.
He felt the anger
So-
behind it, and that's all she needs.
Tiny, are you still staying in Fleur's pocket? Or are you going with them?
I'm still in Fleur's pocket with the mice.
Well,
I don't know. Is Dobby still with us?
In the morning,
One.
Dobby did crawl out and he turned into Dobby. So he's
Dobby
actually he would have
Well,
done
also-
it. Actually, he would have done it sooner because Wild Shape only lasts
Yeah.
for.
Half of your level.
Yeah, Dobby
Right.
can hop on Stevie's back as well.
Oh, he's enjoying that. He's like, his heels like this, like let's go.
Dobby, you don't need to do that to make
So
me go.
mean, Dobby.
well, Mal, is there anything that you need to do before we go meet up with Common, or do you just want to go wait outside this door, pretend like we're early risers on purpose?
I'm sorry, I went back to say what?
Said, is there anything that you need to do or want to do before we head back towards Tommen? We do have an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Let's just go sit there. I've spent all my money. I have nothing else I can do.
Understood. So we'll just go. We'll head towards Tommen's and wait for him to load up and get ready.
All right, so Stevie and Fleur arrive at Silva's, and it's a bustle activity. She's getting all her people and all the wagons getting ready to head out to the caravan, holding her clipboard once again. And she's got a clipboard in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other. And she looks, she's like, you made it. And I was going to look up at the clock. She looks at the fucking big ass hourglass, day-night hourglass. She's like, you made it with a couple strands of sand left. You made it here on time. She goes, help yourself some coffee. We're going to be heading right out in a minute.
Stevie grabs the biggest cup of coffee she can find.
I will start knocking on Tommen's door around like 5:15 just to try and like get us there, hopefully early enough that we're for sure within 600 feet.
When you knock on the door, you just hear, no way!
Is there any loading you need us to do?
Is it 6 o'clock yet?
No, but we like to get started early.
Leave me alone.
I'm gonna start touching stuff.
Go make
if you
some
don't get out
coffee.
here. I'm gonna load your card for you. All right, fine. Fucking coffee.
Mel starts rifling through his stuff a little bit slyly, like, oh, what do we got in here?
I mean, to be fair, you do have time.
Yeah. You got a good 45 minutes.
Yeah, do I find anything
now,
cool?
while you two are there, though, you do see one of the new guard that he hired. She's sitting on one of the barrels, and you see this short gnome woman. She's wearing leather gear, and what's that half corset thing that they wear with the buckles, like around the waist?
Corset
And
belt.
under-
It's not a
Bust
corset.
corset?
It's like it's got
Corset
the
belt.
buckles and stuff. You see that, but she's got one of those.
Like a
and
like
she
a
has-
bustier.
No. It's
it-
just like
it-
it's just. Yeah,
It
it almost seems like it's actually more. It's actually more like armor because it's like
Mhm.
thick leather with the buckles, and it goes. It's like to protect your abdomen, basically, and it's got the buckles.
still.
Yeah,
Of course.
of course it will just say.
Yeah,
So she has
corset
that on, but
belt.
it's a function. It's a functional one. It's like armor, basically.
It's not a gross
Uh,
corset, viewers. Quit
right.
being gross.
So she has one of those on. She has a
Of course it's
wicked.
gross. Fuck off.
She has a wicked curved scimitar at her hip, and she's wearing one of those the rabbit fur hats, the ushanka, those the hats that the Russians wear. She has one of those on. It has like a chain that goes across here and a feather in the middle, and she's sitting.
But she's a gnome, right?
She's a gnome, yeah. She's sitting on the barrel and she's whittling a piece of wood with her dagger, looking at you guys.
My, you're adorable.
That's 20. So right when you say that, you're standing by the doorway, and when you get to the bull part of adorable, you see a dagger go thunk, and it sticks right to the door next to your head.
And you have very good aim. Bravo. Are you joining us today? This will be fun.
I'm the last minute hire because your friends got in trouble. You can call me Gleam Silver.
Gleam Silver. Very cool name. Yes, we'll be happy to have you around. I don't know how much lifting for packing up this caravan that you'll be able to assist with, but clearly you'll do just fine on the road.
Are you just going to stand there and yabber, or are you going to give me my dagger back?
I won't be getting that for you. You threw it at me. I'm sure there's a ladder around here somewhere, though.
Mal grabs the dagger and just keeps it.
Even I'll look at Mal. She seems pretty accurate with that. That may not be your wisest decision.
What's your AC?
What is my AC now? It's a 15.
Oh yeah. Okay, 17. So you see her as you're stowing that dagger away, you feel a sharp pain in your thigh as you see another dagger sticking out of it.
How much damage is that?
That's only 3 points of damage. It just went in like that much, just into your thigh. It's just kind of sticking out.
I take that dagger too. Mal, you see Mel bleed a little bit. That didn't even hurt.
She pulls out a little notebook and she's like, "It's okay. Tom will just take those right out of your pay."
Yeah, they're like, are they nice daggers or are they just shitty daggers?
It's just they're just normal daggers, nothing fancy about them.
Okay, cool. That's 2 gold apiece. I'm fine.
Basically, I wouldn't say daggers. They're throwing knives, like the flat.
Mm.
Oh, would you call them more like darts then? Or just
Yeah,
actually
in
daggers?
D&D, I guess they call them darts, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
then
yeah,
they're not
it's a
nearly as cool.
throwing
I
knife.
give them back. Oh, they're not nearly as cool. I give them back. I can't use that shit.
Good. She takes it and puts it back. I'm assuming the big one is the bodyguard.
You assume correctly.
And I'm
Right.
clearly the brains of this operation.
We like to let him think so.
We'll find out about that soon enough. I don't know how much you guys know Tom, and he called me in as a favor. I've known him for a while. He can tend to get himself in trouble, so I keep an eye on him.
Well, that is indeed what I'm being paid to do.
So what brings you guys to Baldur's Gate anyway?
Primarily looking for work. As you
I mean,
can tell,
drugs,
this
money.
is, well, him anyway. As you can tell, this is clearly my line of work. It's been a little while since I've been on a journey, but it might be nice to see the ocean.
Wouldn't happen to be because of those unsavory folk they rolled into town today, would it?
Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're disgusting, but they don't want to trifle with me, so why would I trifle with them?
Okay. All right. Well, he should be out in a few minutes, so we'll be making our way. Everything's packed already, so all we gotta do is just follow in at the tail end of the caravan, and we'll be making our way.
Sounds like this will be a long 42 minutes then.
Meanwhile, Stevie and Fleur, Silva is cracking the whip. You guys are already heading up the main thoroughfare to get to the gate. You guys get there. There's one lonely little wagon that made it there before you guys, and Silva is visibly upset, like having a tantrum, like stomping her feet.
I will. Who's in charge of this front wagon?
There is no reason why they should be here. Everyone knew it. Everyone knew we were supposed to be here. You don't belong. She's obviously a Karen, guys. Just so you know, you don't belong here. You should not be here.
Who's-
Girls, take. What?
Yeah.
What right do they think they have to be in front of us?
Who's it? Who's in charge of that wagon in front
You
of
just
us?
see a very old man
I'll get the
It's a
fuck out of
donkey
here. I'm gonna cast charm.
and one little wagon sitting at the thing, just kind of snoring. He's got a piece of straw hanging out of his mouth. You see a cup of coffee just dangling from his fingertips as he's sitting there. The wagon looks pretty raggedy. It's got a few just little
We
crates
can
inside
just
there.
sneak ahead of
I'm
him.
gonna let
He's
this fucker
sleeping.
lead.
We can just sneak
That's
ahead
not
of him.
fun, but yeah, we can do that.
Sleeping. You snooze, you lose, right?
As
What's he
you
gonna
look,
do?
though,
Stop us?
the gates are right there, right? It's two double gates that open up, and each gate is probably about 5 foot wide, so it's a 10-foot opening. And his cart is squarely in the middle of it. Meanwhile, Silva, in your guys' caravan, has 4 large carts, each pulled by 2 horses, that you will not be able to find a way to get around him.
Can we just kind of
pull his
like?
cart back?
Yeah,
Just,
can we just pull the cart?
I
Pull
mean,
it?
and the donkey who's
I'll-
in front of it.
I'll get on the donkey, or like I'll try to be like, hey donkey, let's go this way. I'm a druid.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to use your ability to try to convince the donkey to move forward.
Go this way, donkey. I don't know. Animal handling. Go. 13.
Don't you have like a talk? Don't you have like a talk with?
I didn't prepare that.
Didn't realize you were gonna go
Alright.
throw old men and old donkeys at me, you fuck.
All right, yeah. So this is a donkey. He's fine. He looks at you and he kind of starts to like shuffle his way over there. And meanwhile, the old man wakes up. Huh? What? Where? Whoa, Nelly, where you going? What are you doing, young lady? What are you trying to do?
Oh, we're just moving you back there, cause
Moving me? I'm not going nowhere. I've been here since last night. This
Charm
is
person.
my spot. Charm
did guess.
person.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a wisdom saving roll, right?
I believe so. Yes. Yes. Wisdom.
All right. Let me find something here. I gotta.
She better
pull
get
up a
scolded.
stat
I
sheet
get
for this
scolded
dude.
every time I do it.
I'm prettier.
Scolded. Scolded for what reason?
From Mama Stevie and Mal.
Okay.
You see, this is not directed at Mama Stevie. This is to help us
Details.
out, rather than to let you get
I'm
killed.
Mom's favorite.
That's the voice you think you'd hear
12.
Mal say.
12.
12?
So.
Fuck yeah, he failed by 1. Get charmed.
Okay, he's like, well, a beautiful young lady like you, who can say no? I suppose, as long as I can get behind and be
Oh
second.
yeah, you'll be second, and you know, first we're second the best, am I right? Just, you can go back that way.
All right, so he urges the donkey on. It's just clip, clap, clip, clap. He's just taking his time going around. And he makes it in the back.
Stevie,
and
Stevie
Silva's just-
motioned for the rest of Silva's carts to get in front of him.
And Silva's just looking there with her clipper stick. Huh. And she looks at Fleur and she tosses you 3 gold pieces. You make sure I'm taken care of. There's more of that.
Of course.
Titled bitch that she is.
I will be the Bethany to your Karen. We got this.
With Bethany to your Karen.
I'm picturing her wearing like the snow bunny suits, like she's got like the white pants and the white vest jacket and like Uggs and the hat, you know, it's like folded up and the gloves.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys are positioned there. Time passes. Tommen wakes up, and it's like 5 after 6. He's like kind of unkemptly puts his clothes on. He's like scratching his ass. He's like, all right, I guess we might as well get going. Assuming y'all met Gleam Silver.
Yeah, she threw a knife at me. It's kind of fun.
We're
Yeah, I
acquainted.
wouldn't mess with her.
I feel like we bonded, if anything.
All right, well,
she'll
let's
be
get
just fine
going.
on the road.
Let's get going. So you guys make your way over here. The caravan's full at this point. And you guys are pretty much at the rear. And let me crunch a few numbers here. I should have did this ahead of time.
So we're 5 miles from each other. It'd even be better if it's like 601 feet.
Mal, it may not be a bad idea to go and take a walk just to pace things out.
He comes back in 3 hours.
It's so fucking far, dude.
All right. So, there you realize that there's about 50 wagons total in the caravan. Now, as far as how the spacing is, once it starts moving, you don't know. But I would say that it's ubiquitous. It can be within that 500 to 700 foot range.
So we'll call it even at 600. And then we're just always...
and what I'm saying, but yeah, since they're at the very front and you're at the very back.
Right.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna say my message is not gonna work. So we're down to the horn. Maybe.
Right. And in the middle, you see the 5 wagons of the dragon cult. Both you guys, if you guys in the front looking back, and you guys in the back looking forward, you can make out the palanquin in the middle of it, and just a couple wagons in front, wagons in the back, and you see their cultist guards. They're not dressed in their normal wear, though. They are trying to be a little discreet. Yeah, in their appearances. All their wagons are covered, so you can't see anything within it. Everything's hidden. You do see a couple of them scrambling, looking at that floating cage and realizing it's empty, and they have no idea what to do. But they're all kind of there and just trying to keep a low profile in the middle of the caravan.
Cool. And there's only like the black dragonborn, right? There's no anyone else that seems of high importance.
That's the only person you're seeing in that caravan. It's everyone else is on the wagons or outside the wagons. That palanquin is the only one, and the only one that's been in there that you've seen is Rasmir.
Unfortunate.
I think Sophie needs to reread that journal again.
No, I think Sophie's hoping for.
I don't care about an evil bitch.
No, you care about.
But if you want to know about the bitch you're looking for, it's good to know her history with other bitches.
I happily ignorant.
She skim read it. She doesn't really know exactly.
Right. And I would just say at this point, the caravan starts to make its way out.
And we do our
You
duties.
guys start making your way. So you do know that Silva, at least, is going as far as Daggerford. Tom is going all the way up to Winter or Waterdeep. Speaking of which,
Will you pull up the? Do you have the fucking map?
Yeah. I'm actually changing the map right now to pull up the
Nice.
beginning of the route for you guys because I already have that set up here. Moment.
We're going on a road trip, guys.
Road trip.
Mel is constantly throwing a small pebble at Thanic's armor occasionally. Ting. Ting.
Okay, I don't know why that's on. I gotta shut off the light.
Right, I still have my Drake. I still have my Drake.
Because it lets me add everybody at once, or only
No, so like
individual. So I have it there for when you
right, but he
summon them.
doesn't go away until he drops to 0 HP.
Oh, okay. So he's still there then.
Yeah.
I've made several encounters up to this point rather interesting.
All right, there you go. So you do know they're following that road northward to get to where they're going. It's far off in the distance. The scale I have there actually is to scale. The map is not the grid, but that is the scale. And the M is miles, by the way, guys, not meters. So you know, that is miles.
So we're on a big fucking journey right now, then.
Yeah, you can't even see Daggerford or Waterdeep here at all. You do know that to get all the way up to Waterdeep from Baldur's Gate, because you guys are well traveled, I will say you do know that getting to Waterdeep is about a. I had it written here. Not too far.
It's like 2
Okay,
days.
so you know, to get to Waterdeep it's about 750 miles. And you probably cover the wagons. You probably cover about 15 miles a day. So the trip all the way to Waterdeep can be expected to take about 2 months to get all the way to Waterdeep.
What
Kill
were
me
we
now.
trying to do with the cult?
Huh? You don't know how far the cult is going yet.
What if our caravan wants to stop before the cult does?
Well, I think from the sounds of it, the point is that they don't. Like, we know that that's the route that they're taking, but we know that Silva and Tommen are expecting to go farther.
Well, no, Silva Silver is getting off at Daggerford.
Which is farther than
Tommen.
Right
No. Water. Yeah, both of them are. Waterdeep is farther than Daggerford, though. So Silva's getting off beforehand. But this first, what looks like 400 miles of the trek, both of them are still on this. So you guys.
So we should just kill all of the cultists.
Murder hobo.
In a caravan that's
Absolutely.
fully protected, and the whole reason it's all together is to stay protected.
That was 100% sarcasm.
That gives no fuck. We're making this plan. We're making this plan. We got a ferry with us now.
So as they're going along, once it gets to be a normal time to be awake, aka not 4 a.m., Stevie's gonna start. She's gonna start by druid crafting a flower to give to Tiny.
So are we thinking like 10, 11, 12 o'clock?
Yeah, like
You guys just
mid-
left, so it's morning. It's like 7 a.m.
Oh, okay, but like once it gets to that point, Stevie's going to like midday. Stevie's going to druid craft a flower to give to Tiny. I don't know if you have other things that need to happen before then, but
Yeah, as of right now, this is pretty much just for new character to be integrated with you guys. So have at it.
Damn, we're just the druid craft party over here. I'm also gonna just make a tiny flower and go.
I am occupying my time trying not to beat the shit out of Mal for throwing rocks at my armor. And that's going to last for about a month, I think.
I'm gonna spend my time attempting to befriend another small beast that is not my mouse. I'm gonna find a squirrel on the side of the road one day and be like, "You're my friend now."
All right. Well, you can decide what animal you see. You could do a random roll for whatever animals you can find. Because I mean, there's only a small list that you can. Oh no, wait, you can befriend any medium-sized animal, right? Isn't
Get
that-
a snake.
No, like I don't want a snake.
Tiny.
I just want like a small beast, and I want it to be my friend. Not like this animal friendship spell, but I want it to I want to train it over a long period of time to be my friend.
Okay.
Just kidnapping a goddamn squirrel.
Yeah. National parks would hate me.
I mean, do you want it? Are you asking for a squirrel? Because that's quite fairly common. So definitely you'll see a squirrel.
Yeah, or
at
just
some point.
any small beast if we want to make a random roll out of it. The first, just
Rabbit.
the first
That's
small
what
animal
that's
she
what I'm
sees.
asking you.
The
Rabbit.
first small
Okay.
animal. It could be a bluebird. It could any
right.
small animal.
So we'll say we'll do it out of 4. So a 1 is a squirrel. A 2 is a cardinal. A 3 is a chipmunk. And a 4
Okay.
is a
Stray cat.
skunk.
Okay.
Please roll a fucking 4.
Am I
We need
rolling
this.
it?
I'm rolling
Okay. Okay, cool.
it. 1. So it's a squirrel.
Cool.
So as we eventually pass by a disheartened family of squirrels, Mal's just gonna be very confused.
Where did Daddy go?
Yeah, and I would say, like, while we're making this journey too, like, I would send Mal up to the front to meet up with the girls every once in a while, and then tell them, like, hey, come back here, we come up, you come back here.
Yeah.
That way we can discuss the goings on. Just make sure that we're still in contact. I'm not going anywhere because I'm not sneaky.
Tiny has peeked out of the bag a couple of times and noticed that the cage she was traveling in and the bad people are behind her. So she's kind of terrified that she sees them, and it kind of puts her back in her spiral where she's in the bag crying with the mouse trying to comfort her. Because she still sees bad people around.
Stevie will tell Tiny.
Stevie, she's crying again.
It's okay, sweetie. We're trying to make sure they can't hurt anybody else. That's why we're traveling ahead of them.
She's terrified again because she saw the cage. It brought back terrible memories, and now she's terrified. She's just hiding by the mouse, hoping the mice is gonna keep her safe.
You can hide in there all you want. You know, I got great they're getting a little full now. With a mouse, fairy, and a squirrel. But, like, you can chill all you want in there.
Mal and Thanik, as you guys are just going along, or not, I'm sorry, not Mal and Thanik, Stevie and Floor, as you guys are going along being at the head of the caravan, you do notice, you hear wild hoofbeats from behind you. And
Stevie,
going back
your
you,
people.
going past you at a fast clip, you see obviously Resmir at the lead on a horse, followed by 8 guards taking off far ahead of the caravan, going north without the caravan.
Without the rest of
They
their
fly by you. That's what you see leaving.
Can I do a perception to see if they are leaving for good, or are they coming back?
Perception wouldn't tell you that.
Did they have a bunch of shit on their back? Do they all have their backpacks?
Yeah, like
with them?
do they have like enough to keep them for a while?
It's
or,
just them on their horses with like a regular pack, like a regular adventurous pack. But they are heading north along the same direction road that the caravan's headed.
but they're going faster.
Yes.
How far into the journey is this?
This was right in the morning, right after once you guys got out of
Oh,
Baldur's
same
Gate
day.
and got out. Right, you guys got out of Baldur's Gate, because like I said, as far as you guys were talking, it's still morning. It's still 7:30, 8 o'clock, whatever. So once you guys got about an hour past the city, out of the city limits, that's when Resmir and 8 guards took off ahead, almost like they're traveling ahead of the caravan.
I don't want to split the party, but I also want to scout.
Will Zelda let us?
Are you asking the DM, or is this UT, or is this RP in between each other?
Both.
I mean, I would say she hired you for a job. She would not take kindly to being deserted. Also, you are there to watch the caravan because that's where all the stuff that they took is. You know where the stuff that they take, where it's going.
So I think Stevie would make a note of that and keep an eye for when they come back, if they come back.
Right. So you guys noticed it because it came ahead of you. Thanik and Mal, if you guys want to do a perception check to notice if you saw them break out and go. Stevie
yeah,
and Fleur,
just for
they
visibility,
couldn't help it
sure.
because they ran right by them.
I'm doing my job as bodyguard, but for pretty much the entirety of this journey, I'm like ears open for the fucking horn, and like one eye forward on the Colt. That's a 17 for me.
Yeah.
That's a
So you're walking alongside Tommen, who's on his horse at the front of it. He's got your hand on your battle axe, just walking, looking around, and you see them mount the horses up ahead, and you see them just take off breakneck, boom, right ahead, leaving a cloud of dust. And as you look, you can see the caravan's still there. The dragon colts. The Colts caravan is still there. It's just Rezmir and those 8 guards that left. You still see about 12 of the cult members surrounding their caravan.
Oh, there's
Now
only
might be-
12 left.
Now might be a good time for Mal to sneak in and try and like sift through their stuff, see what they got.
Mal
Oh,
did
Thanik
not see
has
this. He
different
rolled
ideas.
it.
I thought this fucking. No, I flicked you in the back of the head and I pointed it out to you.
Ow, your thumbs are big.
There's only 12 guards of the caravan left.
That's what you can see.
That I can see from back here. So okay, interesting. Yeah, I would wait until nightfall to talk to Mal about it. But once we reach nightfall, me and Mal will have a conversation. This is a long journey, so I imagine this is going to be largely sped up.
Yeah. This is a trek. I'm not gonna drag this out day 1, day 2.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna do that to you guys.
What else would you like to do? What else would you like to do?
Yeah.
This is
I don't know.
I
I disagree. I want at least an hour of RP for every single day of this.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to leave the campaign after hearing that.
Yeah, I would have to leave that up to a vote, Fleur. I can already tell you lost.
Don't get me wrong. We love talking to you. Shut the fuck up.
But yeah, so there will be time skips, but it's not gonna be like, oh, you started today, and then 2 weeks from now, okay, you are in Waterdeep. No, it's not gonna be that good.
Right.
But it's not gonna be
That's funny.
each day, each session is 1 day of the 30 days, 30 weeks of this caravan is not lasting. No. So there'll be time skips and stuff like that. But I think this is a good spot to end it. It's almost a 1:45 Eastern time. So we can pick this up early morning of the mid-morning or so, I guess, of the first day of the caravan trip out. And
Make myself a
that's you
note to
Cool.
talk
I have
to
a
y'all
squirrel
next week.
friend.
I
That'll come in handy later.
probably won't be here next week if I had to hazard a guess.
Maybe a baby.
Probably a baby at this point. Yeah.
Did the ass
We're
load of
surprised the baby
jalapenos
didn't
work?
happen this week.
It has not worked yet. There's still plenty of time, but it has not worked yet.
We'll tentatively say that we're skipping next week. If everything's still good, we'll go. But for now, we'll just say, let us know what's going on, Dylan. And
For sure.
if you're like, yeah, I don't know, this baby's got a month still, another incubation period, then we'll play. But otherwise, we'll just
Yeah, if I'm back in my house, then we'll be good to go. If baby's born on like Thursday and still in the hospital, obviously out.
Yeah.
So it kind of depends on when he decides to evict himself.
Of course. Like I said,
Evict
just let us know what's going
himself.
on. I mean, I know everyone's going to want to know. Everyone's going to want to know about the happy bundle of joy anyway. So let us know what's going on.
There will be plenty of pictures. Most of them are going to be of a newborn baby screaming, still purple. But
They look like potatoes when they first come out.
They look worse than potatoes. I love my kids. They look like aliens whenever they're born.
Yes, 100%.
No,
yes.
I can go along with
They're
the potato
raisins.
thing.
They're
Why-
little
like
raisins.
potato-
why do you
like-
why do you come out with
like that-
soft baby cheeks and old man hands? I don't fucking
Like
get that.
yeah, like
They're
you know that
raisins.
potato when you try to make a baked potato in a microwave and it comes out all wrinkly and
Yep,
I made one of those today, actually.
A baby?
They're
No,
little.
I'm kidding.
They're little raisins.
It looked like
Little
one.
raisin brands.
Nope. So yeah, we'll. I'll make sure to keep everybody in the loop about.
All right, but let me end the stream. Thank you guys for joining those who watched. We're out of here. Thanic's gonna be having a baby supposedly, so
Are you
we
keeping
might be back
the-
next Friday. We
Hey,
might not. We'll
For
see.
clarity, my wife will be having
I started
a
the
baby.
dab.
I
Yes,
look like I'm
yes.
pregnant. It's not the case.
But you're not. And we'll be back. So until next time, it's all I want.